Join us as we explore the disappearance of siblings Jack and Lily Sullivan.
Yeah, guys, we're all grown-ass adults here. Let's try to stay on track with Jack and Lily being missing. I'm going to give you the parents' red flags that I see and updates in the search. But I mean, if we're just nitpicking at something that doesn't need to be, I mean, we don't want to offend anyone. We don't want to offend you, Eliza, or anybody else. Some people don't potty train their children at a certain age, and some people do. Some people breastfeed their children, literally breastfeed their children until they're 4 years old. I shit you not. My aunt used to breastfeed my cousin until he was 4, and we were only a few years older. We would tease them and say, "How's he gonna go to school? Is he gonna come home for lunch and breastfeed?" So we're not having a competition on who did what first and who has more. We're talking about Jack and Lily missing right now. I'm not talking about me or you. I'm talking about Jack and Lily and the parents. Auntie Reed, good to see you. Hello from Maine. All right.
No, I have not. I know the mother is in another part of the province with her family, and I tried to stay out of the way, to tell you the truth, Ian, because as a county council, our job is to provide funding to the search and rescue teams, to the RCMP, to the firefighters, and then let the experts do their job, and they've done it well.
Such a grueling thing to go through, the sort of alarm being raised, the people who have just jumped in and worked so hard.
Yeah, and this is a sensitive topic. I know that there's people from Canada. There might even be fellow family members. I would love to talk to a family member. I would never want to say I'm bashing somebody that their children went missing. We're just trying to get to the bottom of it. Gloria, welcome. This is Gloria's first live here, you guys. Welcome her. And Tracy, you're right. Prayers for Jack and Lily. That's what we're here for. Yeah, we all have different opinions. We all grew up different. We all have different ways of thinking. We all have different lives. We all live in different areas. But it's not even about us. It's about Jack and Lily and the parents that maybe should be looked at even closer. I don't know. That's what we're talking about.
Hard involved in this search under some really difficult conditions, as I understand it. And now hearing that the search is being scaled back because little chance that these kids have survived if they are out there in the woods. What impact is this having on your community?
It's been like a high tension wire in for the last 6 days. There's not a conversation takes place in this county where it doesn't very quickly go to the little ones and people's thoughts and on what might have or could have happened and all of that. But there's an old saying, that it takes a village to raise a child. Well, right now, all of Pictou County is that village. And we feel like we've seen the faces on TV and we've seen so much that we feel like these children are ours, all of Pictou County.
Yeah. And then, of course, every time there's a situation like this, and this is not, unique to Pictou County, there'll be all kinds of sort of suggestions, allegations, rumors, and I'm not asking you about.
And you hear what he's saying right here. It's not unusual, and we are a true crime community that hears these cases all the time. We still got Candace and Don Wells. I mean, Kyron Harmon, guys, Kyron. They're looking back into that. That is a suspicious AF case where a mom went to the school for this science fair thing, if I'm correct, and the child went missing. That's something that we should be looking at. Yeah, boys are typically harder. What's up, Mama Ames? Good to see you. Yes, boys are harder, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Jack and Lily. And what's so Kyron? Yeah, it's Kyron Harmon, right? Kyron Harmon. However you spell that. All right, the stepmom, the Kyron Harmon case. They're looking at that again. But my best friend, when Reese was 4 years old, 3 years old, she was already potty trained. My best friend's son was 7 years old, and she was still changing his pull-ups. And I didn't judge her. Each kid, people would give her shit, and I'm like, hey, whatever you got to do. And you know what? Eventually, he stopped doing it. It's case by case, but people, just don't let your children go missing. Please lock the doors, put locks on it, child-proof your house. That's all. That's all. I mean, I can say that to anybody, even myself, and I did that. I'm still taking off. I'm redoing the house and taking off child safety locks. And Reese is already 10, guys.
The content of those, but what I am curious about is how do you deal with that when you know that people are kind of asking questions and feel like they have the answers? Yeah, how do you respond to that?
Well, I think, Ian, it's human nature to, when they've done so much to find these little ones and it's not happening, it's human nature to say, well, what did happen? And suspicions arise and whatnot. I think as long as people keep in mind not to be nasty and not to be mean and not to say things that may have no truth to them at all, that's very hurtful, and that can hurt a lot of people. I just keep reminding people that keep it within yourself if you have some thoughts, or you and your partner or whatever, but don't go spreading it online and in public when you don't know whether it's true or not. You can just hurt a lot of people. What we all need to remember at this time is be kind to each other, be kind to the family, not saying things that you don't know whether they're true or not.
Yeah, really wise counsel, Warden. Thank you very much for speaking with us tonight.
You're welcome in.
Robert Parker is the warden of Pictou County.
Right. Nobody really believes that they wandered off, in my opinion. Nobody believes. And everybody knows that children don't just disappear. So I did find and then we're going to listen to some Deception Detective, because I want to get through this first, but I want him to do some of his great statement analyses, the recent one. This is great. I've never even heard, and I put this in my chat. The channel is Kailu, I think. Let me look at it. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Kailu. All right, I put it in there, but this is great, guys. We're going to talk about the day one suspicions, and then we're going to get into red flags. All right, guys? And thank you, everybody that is in here. Thank you for supporting the channel. Martine, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Graciela, thank you for being a member for 11 months. All right? All right, let's get back into this, guys. Let's get back into this. Here is the latest. Now we're getting up to the latest of things that are happening. Red flags, in my opinion. A lot of suspicion. And I wish I had time for it all today, because I do have social media posts, CPS, talking about what happened with the CPS in the past. There's a lot of speculation, but they didn't find anything, guys. No, they didn't find math in that house. When I was saying Breaking Bad and, making jokes like that, no, there's nothing that implicates the parents at this point, other than the fact that they called 911, they reported them missing, they went out, and they're responsible for what happened. Now, there's not a big scoop on the bio dad at all. People always ask that question. Tiff, if you know anything about the bio dad, let me know. Let's get into this, and then I'll see what I can do to. I don't think there's much on that.
2025, 6-year-old Lily Sullivan and her 4-year-old brother, Jack Sullivan, disappeared without a trace from their rural home in Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia. Their story has shocked the nation, sparked widespread concern, and left a community desperate for answers. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through a clear and thorough timeline of events as we know them, and explore the family's statements, the official search efforts, and discuss the speculations and unanswered questions.
Right, so we've put the facts now. Now I'm going to tell you what I think, and I weigh heavy on these clues. I weigh heavy on Deception Detective statements, which is next, but also comparing the Chris Watts interview. No emotion, a lot of the same word for word. And what people tell you on the news, or people tell you in an interview, is what's weighing in. So the bio dad's in prison, Carrie and Synth, and a lot of people say he's been in and out of prison for so many things, and he has not been in the children's life. Now, that stepdad seems to be genuine, but there's also things that reasons why he doesn't seem to be genuine. He did ask for a lie detector and a DRUG test. But what does that mean? It means he's thinking about the DRUGs and answering those questions. Why? We don't know. We don't know why, because we haven't found the children. They haven't said these people are people of interest. There's been no crime committed at this point. But we are going to get into speculation right now.
that continue to surround this heartbreaking case. It was Friday, May 2nd, 2025 at around 10 o'clock in the morning when Lily and Jack's mother, Malia Brooks Murray, called 911 to report that her children were missing. She told police over the phone that she had heard them playing earlier in the day before falling back asleep, but when she woke up again, they were gone.
What happened was we woke up, I heard them playing in the next room beside us, and I was drifting in and out of sleep. And they're not the type of kids we tell them not to go outside on their own. We always make sure that we're out there with them, watching them. And they happen to just get out that sliding door and we can't hear it when it opens. And they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time. And the next thing we knew, it was quiet, and we get up and
right after this, I'll get into that. The Synth says a lot of people are saying different things, guys. I'm trying to present this case from ground one. I will play the evil exists thing. He's not in prison. All right. So let me I'll let you guys answer each other while I'm presenting, but I'll come back around to it. All right. We have more information, but I'm trying to go in order of what happened here and then give you that. All right. And then we're going to dive deeper into it.
I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, do you hear the kids? And he says, no. And we get up instantly. We're looking outside. We're looking everywhere, yelling for them. And I instantly just call 911. I just had the instinct I needed to call. They're both really go-lucky children. They're so sweet. They talk to any